And off we go from Denver. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Mechie, the man in motion. Here's Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Yaya Diaby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A fourth down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll go play action with Nix. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Courtland Sutton with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chargers offense and running back Najee Harris set to take over once more. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. You can see he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out. And
now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out with that first drive. I'll try to do better here. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down. Herbert now. Again, it's Johnson. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down. Herbert throwing again. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulled out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Nix. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Here's Nix once more. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. A solid stiff arm. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
To throw, here's Nix. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2nd and 7 from the 20. Throwing Nix. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. They'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Evan Ingram from 13 yards out. And the Broncos are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground with Harris. He gets away from one. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 14 carries, 53 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a third down coming up. Harris running straight ahead. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. 2nd down and 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw here, Herbert. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Herbert. Over the middle, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Ladd McConkey from 6 yards away. And the Chargers are back within a score.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make our score 14-7. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. At the 30-yard line. Here's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Off the play fake, Nix. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Justin Herbert and the rest of the Charger offense set to take over once more. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Buying time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First carry for Nick Chubb. Stiff-armed him. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. 3rd down and 1. Working out of the gun is Nix. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there. And now 4th down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today. But they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
They're going. It's Nix. That is caught and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Nix to the air. Open man is Atwell, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Back to the air with Nix. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Bo Nix taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Out of the gun, Herbert. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
To the air again, Herbert. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now a 2nd and 6. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. That is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And his kick here is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
At their own 30-yard line.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now it's Nix. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Nix. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
To throw, here's Nix. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. The Charger drive about to get going. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs.
Herbert has it knocked free. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Following the fumble recovery, Nix. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Throwing Nix. And this will be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Touchdown, Broncos. Evan Ingram, his second touchdown of the night. And the Broncos take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10. At about the 32. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short throw to Dissly. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
First down, Chargers.
Now it's Herbert. On the out route, he finds Johnston. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and at the Broncos' 48-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Right side completes to Mechie. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Los Angeles.
Herbert. Short throw to Dissly. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. These two teams, they met in L.A. earlier in the year with the Chargers coming out victorious. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Down at the 25. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Ladd McConkey, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Broncos offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as the tackle made up near the 35. They'll go play action with Nix. He'll get this one complete to Atwell.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely to pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Let's go now.
To throw is Nix. And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And this one finds McConkey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Herbert now. There's a short one caught by Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Herbert. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now it's 2nd and 10. From the 50, here's Herbert. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Here's Herbert. Setting up the screen, Harris. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. And that one, an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score, couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within 1 score would have been a powerful motivator for their defense to take the field with.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Nix to the air. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Nix. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the night. And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And Courtland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. This will be complete to Mechie. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He gets it complete to Harris. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. It fights him off. Flush to his right. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Pass caught on the out route by Mechie. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll look to throw now on first down. There's a short one caught by Johnson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down. To the air again, Herbert. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Ladd McConkey. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. And I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, Their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike.
Myers on for the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense.